Thanks for spending a few minutes with me, Mark. We're looking forward to this very important match on Saturday with Rosslyn Park. They're one of the four big hitting clubs, I think, in this division, including Doncaster, Esher and Coventry. We've faced Doncaster and Esher already, so we've got some measure of the standards at the top of this division. What's your observations on these issues and about who you think are going to be serious contenders come April?
Well, my first observation is the Championship is creeping into National 1. Stealth tactics, in the sense that the clubs that you've just mentioned are buying in players, size of squad, coaching and resources that would be recognisable to the Championship. I think that they've looked at the fate of Ealing going forward, and I think that they've recognised that if one of those four are going to be successful, and I think all four of them have the ambition, probably Esher less of the four, to be in the Championship. I'm speaking to their committee men after the game on Saturday. But I certainly think that Doncaster, obviously, Clive Griffiths, that their stated aim is to go back up. Rosslyn Park, very heavy investment, big pack, just what they'll need in the Championship. Based in Planet London, the right location.
Former Championship coach in Alex Codling, who's gone back to level 3.
Yeah, absolutely, in an attempt to sort of take them up. And Phil Maynard at Coventry. Their setup, definitely the setup at Doncaster is Championship. Whether the Rosslyn Park actually ground is at that level, but I think they've got big plans to develop beyond that, as have Esher. So all those four clubs have got Championship ambitions, and rightly so. I think that this league is becoming tougher and tougher and tougher. I think that the physicality in this league is becoming far more intense and far more prevalent week in, week out. And I think that, you know, we've been to Doncaster, we've got 2 bonus points. We've been to Esher, got 2 bonus points, and frankly, they're both games we could have won. But we've had to be really challenging and challenge ourselves in order to challenge opposition to get those bonus points. And the next 2 weeks throws up 2 of those clubs, Rosslyn Park and Coventry. So, as I say, things don't get any easier.
Rosslyn Park already have been noted for first of all, they're the tightest defence in the league. They've conceded fewer points than anybody else. And secondly, for the strength of their pack, with Hugo Ellis, Sam Shires, and a whole group of other big, strong forwards. So they would seem to pose a serious forward threat. I'm not saying their backs aren't good as well, but the physicality which you mentioned is something which clearly we have to combat week in, week out with these kinds of teams.
Exactly. It's like I say, it's the Championship. You cannot survive in the Championship without a big pack. You cannot survive in the Championship without a strong defence. And they've obviously identified those 2 areas as primary weapons for them. On the other hand, we look at more an attack-based game, a more mobile-based game, but you have to overcome the challenges of that a big pack actually presents with you, particularly the way that the referees are viewing the breakdown and viewing the physical nature of the game. It's leaning more towards the bigger sides, which is making our job more difficult, but you've just got to deal with that.
Fylde haven't had any problems this season scoring tries. I think only Doncaster have 1 more try than us of all the National 1 teams. The attack is obviously a potent one. Can clubs kind of work their way around to trying to combat that and recognising the nature of Fylde's play?
Yeah, they live offside. and they fall all over the ball at the breakdown, and if they get away with it, they stop us scoring. So we've got to then manufacture ways, which we do. We're not. People think we're one-trick ponies, and people think we spray the ball around. But I'm not giving any trade secrets away. We have got different weaponry in our arsenal. But if you want to stop a team from playing rugby, you lie all over the ball, and you might as well wear one of our shirts and stand in our back line on occasion. So and they do put high pressure on the ball and in the tackle. We've just got to have the confidence to play an attacking game which challenges their defence.
We are still struggling to perhaps to get quite the number of people at this ground that the kind of rugby we deliver deserves. But we're still looking forward to getting 1,000+ crowd here. And that must give the team encouragement if they've got a noisy, vociferous crowd behind them, cheering them on, particularly in a game like Saturday at Rosslyn Park.
Well, I always think it's a terrible cliche, but it gets a point across. The 16th man, we've got a really good means of travelling, a support. A lot of people do follow us away, and that is much appreciated by the players. We almost know our travelling support by name, which is good. I almost know the home support by name. But yes, we do need more people to come and support us for many reasons. One is to show off our wares, show off our facility, show off the ambition that we have when we play the game. We do entertain. We entertain on a lovely pitch. We entertain with a super clubhouse. And we want more and more people to come through the gate. We've got a big mini junior section. We've got 4 sides below the first team. We've got Colts. We are a vibrant club, and I loathe this phrase, but we tick every box for a community club. And if we could put another 200-300 spectators on the gate, it would be fantastic. And I would encourage anybody who wants to watch good rugby in the Northwest to come and watch Fylde, even if it means travelling a little way.
On Saturday, the game clashes with the first of the autumn internationals, but surely you would believe that people would get a good value by watching us and then watching the recorded television as well of England. Yeah,
I mean there was this invention called video recorders, and I think they've probably transferred it over onto. I think you can do something called Sky Plus, is it? And I think that we've got that newfangled invention at the club now, where that the England game will be played as live, and if you want to avoid the score and watch the England game straight afterwards, I'm sure we can manufacture that a la the Lightly Lads episode in the 70s when they didn't want to watch the England football score. So I would encourage everybody to come down, watch Fylde at Rosslyn Park, North against South, Lytham against London, and then stay on and watch the England game in the delights of the clubhouse and the warmth of the clubhouse, and have a few beers and enjoy both.
Cockle pickers versus City boys.
Absolutely.
Thanks very much, Mark.